on the ongoing US-Israel war on Iran.
And well, just to remind you about tonight's discussion, we do know that the African Union has called on leaders to remain calm following strikes on Iran by the United States and Israel. Well, the AU has warned that the conflict could affect people worldwide, and including in Africa. Tonight, that's our discussion. We are out saying that the Middle East conflict appears, of course, according to the African Union, in what is happening across the globe. And we are looking at our topic tonight in the discussion where we are saying why the Middle East conflict matters to Kenya. And to help me dissect this discussion tonight, we have Professor Aksen Iraki, who is an economist. And also we have Professor Peter Kagwanja, who is an economist as well. And we have Wycliffe Bichanga, who is an ICPAK council member. Again, tonight we are talking about the Middle East conflict and why it matters to Kenya. That's our discussion tonight. So stay tuned. You do want to understand what's happening in Iran and why it matters to you and I. Let's just begin the broadcast with a story here. Post-mortem examinations on the victims of Saturday's helicopter crash in Mosop and Nandi County have confirmed that they died from multiple traumatic injuries and burns. Government pathologist Johansen Udor released the findings after conducting the autopsies at the Lee Funeral Home. As investigations continue, National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula is now calling for tighter aviation safety regulations. Haman Kameriki tells us more.
According to the chief government pathologist Johansen Odror, the victims sustained severe chest, head and spinal injuries, while others had varying degrees of burns following the impact and the fire that broke out after Saturday's helicopter crash in Mosop of Nandi County.
And upon looking at the bodies had varying levels of injuries, which varied from head injuries, chest injuries, and spinal injuries. There are also varying levels of burns. Some were burns beyond more than others, but they were identifiable. So with that, what you can say is that they died because of multiple injuries and burns, and these were caused by the helicopter crash.
The findings now pave the way for burial arrangements as families continue to mourn their loved ones. Meanwhile, the burial committee has warned politicians against politicizing the death of the MP.
People who want to bring politics into this. You remember what our former deputy president said, that all those stories that he said about this accident, we really didn't want to have that. And we are telling him and Kenyans that this was an accident. The
late legislator will be buried on Friday at his home in Mogondo, Emurua Dikir in Narok County.
The morning, they will all be flown to Kilgoris, to Emurua Dikir Primary School, except for the pilot. The pilot's family are here. They have a separate day for their burial. Encourage
the aviation authorities to ensure that regulations are enforced when the weather sounds and looks bad, what pilots should do, so that we don't have a recurrence of this kind of tragedy.
Wetangula has directed the tabling of a special motion in Parliament to honor the late legislator, even as burial preparations continue. The helicopter crash claimed 6 lives, including that of Emurua Dikir Member of Parliament, Johanna Ngeno.
Investigations into what led to the crash is ongoing, with officers trying to find out what exactly led to the crash, whether it was weather or anything else. Haman Kamariki, KTN, Lee Funeral Home, Nairobi.